So you're thinking about retirement and you are wondering where you should retire. I'm gonna tell you why Boise should be at the top of your list, if not the #1 choice. Let's talk about all things Boise, why it fits your life, your lifestyle, why it's a great place, what the tax benefits are, what the weather's like here. Everything you're gonna wanna know about the retirement in Boise is coming at you in this one right here. One of the best things about Boise is the cost savings. I'm going to talk about day-to-day living and this one, cost of living. When you talk about groceries, when you talk about price of real estate, when you talk about price of gas, you know, your day-to-day things, these things are lower than the national average. Great place. We are influenced by what used to be super underrated, you know, 2010s, 2000s was super, super low. And so it's taken a while to get up in that cost of living. One of the knocks on Boise overall, not for retirees, but just overall, is that the prices and wages and salaries aren't keeping up with inflation. And so for you guys who are retiring here, that's good because that means the labor is low. That means your costs are lower. This costs in Boise are lower than the national average. Housing markets in each city, the graphs on your screen, I'm guessing right now. Eagle is 896. This is the last 12 months of data. That hovers between like 875 and 950, kind of depending. Star 575. I'm gonna go to Meridian at 540. And Middleton at 527. Last month, example, Middleton was 590 or 570, one of those two. So it fluctuates too. Why does Boise still make sense? Just in some 35,000 foot generalities, it is still an attractive spot. Not a lot of travelers that come here as their summer destination, so to speak, but a great place to be. Boise Airport makes this place super easy to get in and out of. I've had people here from Seattle, from California, who say the best part about Boise is the airport because you show up, you go to your gate and like almost no troubles, right? It's super easy. There's no traffic. I mean, traffic in the airport on an occasional, you'll have like a 20-minute, security line, 10-minute security line. I have never personally been in the security line for more than 5 minutes, maybe 10. We have 26 cities we fly to. Some of the main ones we fly to: Seattle, Fort Worth, Orlando, Chicago, Houston. Every once in a while an American has that flight. Phoenix, Vegas, Sacramento, LA, Ontario, Burbank, Portland, Salt Lake, Denver. A lot of those cities that we have, they really take care of most of it. And if you need to catch a connection flight, you can. For example, when we head to California this spring, we will be doing a direct flight from Boise to Ontario. It's a new flight as of January. If we had not taken that direct flight, 2 hours and 15 minutes, we'd be doing a stop over in, I think it's Sacramento on that one we just got. So we had 2 flights, we canceled one of them, and it was gonna be Sacramento, but it would have been a 4 hours and 20 minutes to get with the layover. You add that with the no traffic getting to the airport as well. Like, it's super easy. Like, my house to my in-laws' house is 5 hours to get to their house in Southern California. So super, super easy. That includes travel time to the airport, flight time, and getting the rental car. Like, super, super easy. One of the coolest things about Boise, and when I say Boise, I mean Boise, Garden City, Eagle, Meridian, Kuna, Star, Middleton, Nampa, Caldwell. When I say, that's what I mean by Boise, the whole valley, is you have the freeway that runs right through it. It connects the whole valley. We call it the Treasure Valley. That's a really convenient thing for seniors to be able to get anywhere they want. And I say seniors, I'm thinking you're maybe 70, although my parents are 70 and I still feel like they're pretty young. So senior is just a term I use because that's the designation, not because you guys are using your walkers. Idaho does not tax Social Security, which is fantastic. Some states do, as you know, and all other income tax is a flat 5.8%. When retiring, you probably are concerned about healthcare. Will you have it? Will you not? You know, there are hospitals all over. There's 2 main hospitals here, well 3, because a lot of you will need to know about the VA hospital. The main 2 are St. Luke's and St. Al's, and then the VA hospital is third place. St. Luke's is expanding downtown with $1.17 billion with a B renovation, adding beds, operating rooms, medical plaza because of the aging population. St. Al's is planning a 5 to 7 story tower and expanding the NICU and cardiology units over there. So that's expected to break ground this year. But aside from hospitals, Boise is an outdoor mecca. Hundreds of miles of walking paths within neighborhoods, within the Greenbelt. You've got the river, you've got the foothills, you've got hiking trails to go to Bogus, to Jump Creek, to all over the place. So you have a ton of outdoor space to be had. And more than outdoor, the best thing about outdoors here is the safety and peace of mind. You walk out your door and you forgot to lock your car that night and your car's still there and nothing's stolen. Like, it's fantastic. I can't say there's never been a break-in. I can't say there's never been a crime here. I can't say it's utopia, but I can say this place is absolutely awesome. If you look into the crime stats, we're lower than the national average. You have to decide if that's suitable for you and all that type of stuff. But the safety and the peace of mind in Boise is unmatched. Like, the way of life, the lifestyle here in Boise is bar none the best. But before we move on to the next little part, remember, my name is Brian, born and raised here in Boise, appraiser for some time, and now I'm a real estate agent. If you are looking to move to the Boise area, there's no greater compliment that I receive than phone calls, texts, emails from you to me saying you want to move here and that you need my help moving here. It is absolutely, it's an honor, it's the best, it's the reason I do these things. So if you're a conservative wanting to make this place a better place, keep Idaho, Idaho, then please reach out and we will get in touch and put you on the Buying in Boise blueprint. Now, if you plan on retiring to Boise and walking everywhere, you'd have to do that downtown Boise. And Boise is going to be less conservative than all the other cities. Meridian, Eagle, Kuna, Nampa, Middleton, Caldwell, Star, all those other cities are way more conservative. Walkability in the other cities, way, way low. I'm not sure I actually am sure of the scores. Bike score, like it's not a lot of people are biking and walking to the grocery store. It's not like it's downtown. I'm using Austin as an example, as I visited there once, stayed in a high-rise place and walked everywhere. You know, you walk 3 blocks to the grocery store, you walk 2 blocks to the YMCA. That's not Boise. Boise's more of a drive, so you'll probably need a car. You'll need a car to retire here. Let's talk about weather. What is the Boise weather like for you? It does have an extreme, right? It does snow here, it does get 100 degrees here. That's the extreme. So we had 100 degrees yesterday, we have 96 degrees the high today. Usually, it's about 5 to 20 days of 100 plus days a year. Like that's my memory. And in the winter, we have the dead of winter, most days are just cold. You have some wind, not a lot of wind, but you have some snow. Most winters look like 3 to 5 days of actual snow that covers the ground. And for example, when it snows, my mother-in-law doesn't like to go outside. She just stays inside, hunkers down, doesn't drive. You can choose that. I don't think driving in the snow is that terrible. Just learn how to brake before you turn. Don't accelerate too fast, keep the wheel steady. Honestly, the main roads get plowed, the side roads don't. Unless it's like an ongoing storm, they'll just send the units out and they just keep plowing and plowing and plowing. But the main roads will get plowed first. And just like the main highways, the main freeways, the main roads, all those types of things. So the weather's not a huge deal. Go to the spring and fall. I think fall is the most magical time weather-wise. You know, it's gonna be 80s in the morning and 40s at night. A huge swing there. And in the spring, you know, it brings the rain, it brings the wind. As the temperatures change, I want to say it's windy like eastern Idaho, or windy like, or cold like northern Idaho, or cold like eastern Idaho. But it's this little pocket, and I've talked about that pocket many times with the story that I have. But basically, if I could summarize that story for you, is that when it's windy everywhere else and cold everywhere else in the state, it's nice and sunny and warm in Boise. It's this little pocket. So we're even more mild than Salt Lake. Not sure why. We're more north than Salt Lake, but that is how it is. So with all of that, is Boise a good place to retire? I really think it is. It's a place I plan on being. If you need to go visit grandchildren, you got the airport. If you need good weather, it does have an array of weather. I'd say most of the time you're gonna be between 40 and 90 degrees. The extremes are, 20 to 100. In the wintertime, as it gets below 20, it does at night, but in the highs of the day are usually high 20s or mid 30s. Like that's kind of the breaking point. Just know that the extremes are less common. Other than that, Boise's kind of a boring place. Like very much under the radar still, and I like it that way. I mean, I do make these videos for the conservatives who want to come here and are trying to make this place a better place. This is for you, and that comes with some more traffic. That comes with maybe a tad bit more crime just based on numbers alone. I'm not sure the percentages on that. I would still say this place is as safe as any other place in America. But this is a great place to be. The airport's accessible. The flights are easy. The day-to-day living is easy. It's a slower pace of life. When you drive on the freeways, I feel like I was just in Utah last weekend. It's way more faster paced there. So I love this place. I think it fits a lot of people, especially those who aren't wanting to be in the rat race or wanting to slow down or enjoy the conservative parts of America. This is a great place. Is this a great place for you to retire? Give me a call, give me a text, email, and we'll get you started on the Buying in Boise blueprint. Remember, I mean it. That's the greatest compliment I can receive is a phone call, text, email from you saying you want to move here. And so please reach out and we'll get you started and make you a freedom-loving Idahoan and get you on the process to not miss out on any homes, not overpay, and not buy alone. Like that's my goal, is to get you here, love your freedom, loving life, and get here in the best way possible. If I could give you the reasons for retiring in Boise, let's say affordability, conservative, easy travel, that's within the city and outside the city via planes, and the natural beauty. And that would sum up a retirement life, that would sum up the 30-year-old's life, that would sum up anyone who wants to be here. Those are the reasons people move here. Number one reason being conservative, that's what people move here for. When people get asked, I take people out all the time, and I'll introduce them to a builder, and they've told me why they're moving here. And then they are like, and the builder asks them,
hey, why are you moving here?
It's like they're almost scared every time.
Well, family and I don't know, just Seattle's changing. And they're like, no, that's what everyone's doing. Like, oh, yeah.
Well, it's a conservative lifestyle. So if that's you, let's get you here, get you being a freedom-loving Idahoan. If you are planning on retiring to Boise, I do think it's good for you to watch the top 9 things to know before moving to Boise, right there. If you're needing to buy or sell, give me contact, text, email, phone call. If I missed anything on this video, if you've retired here, I know I've helped quite a few retirees. If you're watching this video and you've retired here, add in the comments what I missed. I would love to know. I have a retiree from Austin, Texas, who is saving $18,000 a year when he moved here. He's now retired, he was working here, and when he was making money, he was saving $18,000 a year on taxes. So those things do help. Speaking of taxes, when you have property taxes in Texas of tens of thousands and you have property taxes here of 2,000 to 3,000, 4,000, it's a huge difference, huge savings every year.